Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakdash, the Barnes to the Apostles, Nels Great Millstone, for teaching us his true peace and blessings to the hope like Israel. Yahweh is the name of the unfriendly people, Bahashim is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back in the lesson, and as you see within the title, oh, that's AI, and quotation marks, won't last forever. Because you have, people will come across, various videos with, that are, actually, AI, as we're especially going to deal, with this case right here, which, it is a, AI video, but the point I'm trying to make is that soon the excuse of pretty much everything that you see being AI, won't last forever. This won't be, a coping mechanism that you'll use when something chaotic and crazy does take place, when something does happen, which we are warning of to Shai. And really within this lesson in particular, speaking about Leviathan, because you see right here in the caption, it says unknown colossal sea creature spotted rising out of the water in the port of Long Beach. So to ensure this video may be AI, but when the Lord does unleash Leviathan, that it's AI excuse ain't gonna work, because it's gonna be right in front of you, especially when it regarding the chariots, the so-called UFOs today. A lot of people think these things cannot be a possible reality. This is something that can only be seen within movies, cartoons, and TV shows for them. So that when they see videos like this, first out, it's AI, it's fake. Well, soon it won't. Which is ultimately the point I'm trying to make. Because you do have the devil, creating various fake AI videos, throw people off, this and that. But it's where that discernment, comes into play. And there especially be hiding it when, things like this are televised. But you can play a little bit of this just to get the, video and read a few comments and get into a few scriptures that the Lord's blessing be edifying. Let's dive into it. And usually you can tell when videos are fake like this, when the audio, is weird. You can kind of pick up certain parts where you're to tell that it's not a real video. But just going back to the point of this whole lesson, doing those points I was making, soon AI won't be an excuse that people are going to run to, because it's going to be happening right in front of you. And the, I believe, original title I was thinking of was going to that spirit, or the main point being the spirit being pushed regarding Leviathan. But let's see what the comments say. So don't worry, guys, I'll take care of it. See, people are making jokes out of this because they know it's not a real video. People are have that sense of relief that this is fake, and what's in that mindset of this can't be a reality for them, that this will never happen. Set you in for a rude awakening. And worse than we're crazy until we're not. Many people that will hear us speak on these things regarding Leviathan, the chariots, which is so-called UFOs today, and various other things, we're mocked, we're scoffed, we're looked upon as crazy, bugged out. But you also know that a prophet has been among you, warning you of these coming times. Let's see. It's the AI BS. So you see when people see videos like this, instant thought is, it's AI. Which a lot of people are making those points that, AI was, heavily, pushed and made to pretty much hide, real things, real videos. So if you do see something is recorded, people just, point the finger to it being AI. So to come back to the point, so lesson, it's AI, won't last forever. And you have people making jokes, posting gifs, having a laugh. But soon those laughs will turn to, screams of terror. Because they usually get in the scriptures, which we're going to get. Going to, people will be having heart attacks, dying at the sight of Leviathan. This is Job 41. And just going to, fly through this because a lot of, verses. But he's going to the depiction of Leviathan, which a good example today would be, Godzilla. Where do you think they got the inspiration from to, create that type of creature? Because it's also listed within the scriptures going to that fiery breath that is shot out of his mouth. And what, creature do you see today that's able to do that? None. But, a good example is Godzilla. Matter of fact, they call it, the atomic breath in that movie. But as canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed iron, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the open is in vain, shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? Imagine, a gigantic creature, however big, comes out of the water. You see it being posted on the news, people record on their phones. And you see various examples in the movies like Pacific Rim, where you have these kaiju-like creatures, running through, a bridge, buildings, and people running away, shaking. You're trying to record it, you see the camera, shaking and all that type of stuff. And watching people think that this is will never happen, that this would never be a reality. People are literally going to be starstruck, for lack of better words. And once again, being cast down at the sight of him, panicking. And it says, who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Hey, only 5% of the ocean has been explored. And you wonder why. Excuse me. Matter of fact, you have that movie Godzilla. One particular scene where you have Godzilla hiding, deep underwater in a spot that's pretty much unable to be found. And which is roughly recalling. But it says, who can discover the face of the garments, or his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. And as they are joined one to another, they stick together, that they cannot be sundered by his neesings. A light doeth shine in his eyes, are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his lips, out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindles fires, and his breath kindles coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. So going to that so-called atomic breath, just use that as an example. And I'll just finish off this whole thing. We're just trying to fly through it. It says, in his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow turns to joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together, they are firm in themselves, they cannot be moved. His heart is firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of another millstone. When he raises up himself, the mighty are afraid. By reasons of breakings they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold the spear of the dart, nor the habergeon. He esteemeth iron as straw. And what type of creature you see today is able to treat iron like mere straw, and brass as rotten wood? And you see how weak rotten wood is. One touch crumbles. That the arrow cannot make him flee. Slingstones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble, he laugheth at the shaking of a spear. You'll see within those movies, bullets bouncing off, missiles doing next to no damage. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. Matter of fact, you have a scene, in Godzilla, I believe it's Godzilla vs. Kong, King Kong, or whatever. But there was a point where he literally laughed. Verse 32, he maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon the earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride. Alright, let's get into a few other more scriptures. Just to further go, push that point across. That Leviathan is a real creature and that he will come out in these last days. Excuse me. Amos 9:3 it says, and though they hide themselves on top of Carmel, I will search and take him out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite themselves and sick Leviathan unto them. Just as you see within that movie, that popular clip scene quote, where they say release the Kraken. Wait, the Lord's going to release the Leviathan. And they'll be hid from my sight, bottom of the season, so I command the serpent to bite them. So Leviathan will come out in these last days. Isaiah 55:11, and it says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, meaning unfulfilled, unaccomplished. And it says, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So it will be fulfilled. It will come to pass, as it is written. Because you have people that say, they believe in God, this and that, yet when it comes to this right here, it's just too far out. And what really is, they have no faith whatsoever in the Lord. Ezekiel 33:33. And when this comes to pass, the Lord will come, they shall know that a prophet hath been among them. And soon you will come to know there have been prophets among you, that you have been warned and told of these things to come. They're going to have a aha / light bulb moment. You'll come to that realization, but it'll be far too late. Two more scriptures. This is Proverbs 1, and I want to leave off at verse 28. Now, how long ye simple must be left simplicity, and scorn delight, and scorning and fools hate knowledge. Turning up my reproof, behold, I pour my spirit unto you, I make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. You many of our people are smacking with that hand. But ye have sat not on my counsel, and wondered in my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes. The Lord will not have the last laugh. The Lord will laugh at you in that day. For those that are mock and scoff now, and not take these things serious. Verse 27. When your fear comes at desolation, and the destruction comes as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Now you want to seek the Lord. Now you want to get right. But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. That's the point right there. Let's get one more. Ezekiel 12:23. And I'll probably read the NLT. And as I tell people, this is what the sovereign Lord says, I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it. Why? Because it's going to be happening. It's going to be taking place. So now give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. Habakkuk 3. For the vision is set for an appointed time. We're in those appointed times as written and spoken of within the scriptures. So we're in the end of this place, and just going to the point of the lesson. With the title, that's AI, won't last forever. So sure, a lot of these views that you may come across may be AI generated, just like that one in particular in that video we got. But soon, that excuse, ain't gonna stand. Because as we read, these things will happen. Things that you're about to see. There's also, why discernment is key, and why, it's important to have this wisdom, this knowledge, understanding. to have that discernment. But that's the point. Lord's will is edifying. I do close out, give all praise, all honor, and glory to Al Bashim, Shabashim, Karkadash, and Shalom. See you next one, Lord's will.